She's Veronica from DKS working with.
Hello, everyone.
Morning, everyone. Roscoe, I think we are ready when you are.
Okay, let's have, is Tanner there? I can't see who's on the screen there.
Yep.
Okay, let's
I'm
go ahead and do a roll call.
All right, when I state your jurisdiction, if you could state your name, that would be great. We'll start with Benton-Franklin Transit. Benton County. City of Benton City. City of Connell. City of Kennewick.
Heath Malott representing Kennewick.
City of Pasco.
Maria Serra.
City of Prosser.
Marty Groom.
City of Richland.
Carlo D'Alessandro.
City of West Richland.
Roscoe Slade.
Franklin County. Port of Benton. Port of Kennewick. Port of Pasco. And Washtenaw South Central.
Phil Nugent.
And I just realized, Robert, that I skipped over Benton County. I believe.
No, you didn't. I just I was waiting for somebody else to respond, but I guess I'll be representing for Frank or Benton County.
Sounds great. All right, we
Thank
have
you.
a quorum.
All right, we got a quorum. Thanks, Tanner. First up is our first public comment for anybody, any of our guests that would like to make comments. Just ask you to raise your hand since I'm on virtual so I can recognize you and give you the floor. Any of our guests have any comments? Brian Malley, go ahead.
Good morning, folks. Nice to see some of your names. I wanted to mention that the agency, I've mentioned in the past as not a delegate, but certainly a participant and prior executive director of the agency. You're failing to get your meeting agendas out again and available to the public. So I'm just mentioning it now as a public member. Your agendas aren't on your agency website. When folks want to attend a meeting, it'd be nice to know who's going to be in attendance, perhaps representing one of the regulating agencies or topics of interest. It'd be nice to know what the agendas are in advance of the meeting. So just getting that out there for you, Aaron. It's pretty regular occurrence with the TAC and certainly the board meetings. So as a member of the public trying to get on the radar of one of the regulating agencies to see that you get your agendas published. I'll leave it at that for today. I'll see you guys soon. Very soon.
Okay. Thanks, Brian. David Beach?
Yes, I would also like to say I seem to have been dropped off of the send list for these TAC meetings, and I'd like to be added for sure. And also, I noticed that the public comment at the end of the meeting has been eliminated. Was that by purpose or just oversight? I think that's useful at times too. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, David. Oh, we got one more. Veronica?
Hi, everyone. My name is Veronica Sullivan. I am working with DKS Associates and the City of Pasco developing their Comprehensive Safety Action Plan. Many of you know SS4A, which is Safe Streets and Roads for All, and HATESHIP, which is the Highway Improvement Safety Program, is occurring next year. SS4A is last year's next year, and HATESHIP for cities is in February 2026. So if you need any help with any safety projects or grant applications or grant writing, please feel free to reach out. But I'm here just to present that the City of Pasco is doing one more outreach event on November 6th at the Pasco Library, and more details will be on the city website. Thank you. Pleasure to be here today.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move on. Before you is the approval of the agenda that's before you for our meeting. Looking for a motion in a second.
I move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Marty. Any comments? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right, we'll have an agenda. It's approved. I should have noted, so the public comments, the questions you asked, I'll ask council government under member comments at the end to answer those questions, to address them. So thanks, Aaron.
Will do, Roscoe.
Let's see. In your packet was the meeting minutes from our September 4th TAC meeting. Looking for a motion to approve in a second.
I do have one comment before, just to amend it. I was not at that meeting, and it shows me as present. So
Yes, John Deskins was in attendance. Or no, was he? Did he attend?
John Deskins would have been in my place. It just shows me as present. So
With that, I am happy to move to approve with that amendment, if there are no other amendments.
second. Second. No.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks, Marty. Any other comments? Okay, all in favor to approve the previous meeting minutes as amended?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we got meeting minutes approved. On to our first action item. 6A is the 2025-28 TIP amendments. Tanner.
All right, so for the month of October, looks like we have 6 amendments, one from Benton-Franklin Transit, and then 5 from Washtenaw South Central. These are all being added to the 2025 to 2028 STIP. If there's any questions, I believe Phil is present. I do not believe Benton-Franklin Transit is.
Any comments or questions? If not, entertain a motion in a second to approve.
I move to approve.
Approve as it presented.
Thanks, Maria and
Yes,
Marty. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Okay, TIP amendments approved. Action item 6B is the regional transportation priorities. Go ahead, Aaron. I think this is your item.
Yes, it is, and it is not deja vu because we did approve this last month. This is as you can see before and included in the packet, this is a little bit of an edit to the approved list. So I will read the motion and then I'll provide some contextual background. So this is about adding the Tri-Cities Outer Loop Transportation Study and the removal of the White Bluffs rail tie and rail replacement project due to it being fully funded. Tanner, can you go to the next slide, please? So, starting with the removal of the White Bluffs rail tie and rail replacement project, that is being, seeking to be removed as we were informed at the last council government's board meeting that this project has been fully funded. As we removed a City of Crossers, fully funded project, we are looking to do the same to allow projects to move up. So, this would shift projects up one spot. So on the front page, that would move Road 76 overpass to number 5. And then that would move Franklin County's Palouse Falls Road project to number 6. And then so on and so forth on the rest of the regional transportation projects. So that is the background information on the, on one part of that motion. And then Tanner, can you go to the next slide? Thank you. So the next part of the motion is about adding the the Tri-Cities Outer Loop to the regional priorities list. So just as a refresher on this, so in February of this year, staff leaders, so city managers, county administrators, and public works directors from each of the jurisdictions, so every single TAC member was there, participated in a workshop that we called the Road Ahead Regional Transportation Reimagined, identifying and prioritizing large-scale infrastructure gaps in the regional transportation system. The result of that meeting was not a singular project. However, it was the outer loop connecting I-82 in West Richland through Franklin County all the way over to US 395. One project was not prioritized or saying that we should move forward with that as our best option. Rather, it was a feasibility study to decide what the path forward is. Individual components of the outer loop have been studied, but not all together. So all of these elements that would be evaluated together are a fourth river crossing, SR 240, the Richland bypass grade separated, expansion of the Blue Bridge in US 395, Franklin County bypass, and West Richland bypass and the 182 interchange. After that meeting, the current tax year and TRIDEC worked together to get the project added onto the Good Roads Transportation Priority List. And then TRIDEC has moved forward with a proviso request. So this is trying to be consistent with language that is coming out of our region and speaking with one voice. Any questions on, oh, excuse me, and the amount that is being requested for this is 1.5 million. So with that, this project is looking to be added onto the list as the number 10 project. So last project on the back page. And you can go to the next slide. So with that, the motion is before you and I can answer any questions.
So this is, I mean, there's obviously elements of this, almost all of these projects have been evaluated at some point. This is a study that evaluates all of them together as a system.
That is correct.
Okay. And this is the, I mean, when this was brought up with TRIDEC, this is the, what are we going to look like in 70 years type thing, right? Is that,
Yeah,
that was the
50 years.
50 years. Okay. 2070. Okay.
Any other comments, questions for Aaron? Or concerns? Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, I just want to get some clarification. Is DOT considered a member jurisdiction?
That's a good technical question, Phil. I think WashDOT is considered a voting member.
Okay.
And when this meeting happened, I briefed Brian at the next board meeting, so he wouldn't be blindsided by it. So so technically, no, WashDOT was not involved in the meeting, but they were made aware of it.
Okay, perfect. Just kind of want to clarify. Appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Okay, entertain a motion and needing a second. Either to approve or to deny, whatever way you want to go. Or if you don't, or
I move to approve the
TAC
adoption.
Okay, go ahead. Thanks, Matt. Go ahead.
I move to approve the adoption of the BFCOG 2026 Regional Transportation Priorities with the addition of the Tri-Cities Outer Loop Transportation Study and the removal of the White Bluffs Rail Tie and Rail Replacement Project, which is fully funded.
Second, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. Any more discussion? Questions? Last chance? Okay, all in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Same sign. All right, motion carries. So Aaron will, council government staff will make those changes and resend out to all members the new 2026 priority list flyer.
Correct.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then this is, of course, pending adoption at the board meeting, but I can still provide that beforehand with that contextual factor.
Perfect. Thank you. Action item 6C is the Benton-Franklin Council of Government 26-29 Transportation Improvement Program. Tanner.
Yes, so this is the annual update of the Transportation Improvement Program. We are going to request recommended adoption of the 2026 to 2029 TIP as presented. Once we receive that recommended adoption, we will then take it to the board for the document to be adopted and submit the plan and projects to WashDOT for state and federal approval. The document will not be approved until January, following the adoption and inclusion in the statewide TIP. We will then amend projects that were not included prior to the document going out for public comment. So as an example, there are some TIP amendments that were made from starting in July that didn't include the projects into this TIP. So those would be needed to be rolled over in SAW and then requested to be added to the once approved 26 to 29 TIP. If there's any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and the motion is before you.
Thanks, Tanner. How many people showed up for our open house officially that were not agencies?
I don't have a total number, but it was great participation, a lot of mingling. I think there were 7 or 8 from the public, and then the majority of jurisdictions showed up and hung out and presented on their projects and networked a bit. It was a very good turnout, probably one of the best that we've had for the TIP document. So
Yeah, I thought the format worked good, guys, and I thought that was, we can always do better getting public input and get more people to show up online or whatever, but that's probably the most we've had in quite a while. So
yeah, absolutely.
Any questions of Tanner? If not, I entertain a motion to approve. In a second.
I move to approve.
Thanks, Maria.
Second.
Thanks, Carlo. Any other questions or comments? Those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? All right, get approved. Recommendation approved the TIP. On to reports and discussion items. 7A is the Transportation Improvement Program obligation status. Tanner, you're back up again.
Yeah, so exciting news. The ever closing deadline of September 30th came and went, and we ended up meeting our target and over obligated by 1.9 million. So as of today, a total of 8 projects obligated for a total of 11.2 million. We don't have a finalized target for federal fiscal year 2026, but it is estimated to be around 5 million. That said, here are the projects that obligated in 2025. And this is the 2026 list. The italicized projects requested 1-year extensions. And it looks like we have just over 7.5 million in funds programmed to obligate in 2026. And this will now implement the updated TIP policies and procedures of giving a truthful update as of April, I believe the date is, to not face any penalties if missing the target, not declaring that you, well,
Tanner, can you go to the previous slide?
Yep.
So did everybody obligate?
the two projects that didn't were that city's riverfront park trail and Benton County's County Route 12, path repairs. Those are the only two that didn't. Yeah.
And what happens to those projects? They just go on probation?
Yeah, this, 1-year extension request. I spoke with Benton City, yesterday, going to send that notice. Benton County already returned their updated schedule. Now they have, 2026 to obligate those funds.
Okay, or let us know by, do they have the same option by April of 26 to say they're not gonna go in
Yes.
26? Okay, perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
And thanks again, Maria Pasco, for obligating your Road 76 money, putting us over the top there.
Not a problem.
Great job. Any other comments or questions for Tanner?
I have a suggestion to pose to the group. Could we have a column that shows our plan obligation month for each of the projects that are in the list? I think it's gonna help us monitor and manage, how close we're getting to the deadline with that plan month, and also will allow us to determine early if we need to show 2027 plan projects, program projects, to try to bring those up early. It's hard to, I know Pasco was in a very easy position to go and obligate Road 76 because it's PE, right? But if you're trying to move up a phase that is not PE, it's much harder. And the earlier we can foresee that we're gonna be in a pinch, the more we can prioritize as a group to try to meet that goal.
Yeah, as far
Tanner
as,
or Aaron, do we
yeah.
have
they
that
don't
information?
We would request that information from, all the jurisdictions and have that noted. I could put a column in between the obligation amount and obligation date as an estimated obligation date. And then each month we can have updates, but I would need to, next month I will have that, and then I will update the table and send it out in an email.
Sounds
If
good.
that's
Great,
what-
great idea, Maria. That'll help to see that. And then Tanner, your next month will also, can we include 27 list of projects too, just so we see?
Yep.
Because they can obligate also, not just the 26, so.
Yep, sounds good, will do.
Okay, any other comments, questions for Tanner? Okay, we'll move on to 7B, Regional Transportation Plan Survey. Daisy.
Yes, thank you, Roscoe. Good morning, everyone. My name is Daisy Funk. I am presenting an update on the Regional Transportation Plan. As a recap, the plan purpose is the RTP presents a long-range framework to guide transportation priorities and projects for the Benton-Franklin region over the next 25 years. So we just started the public engagement process for the RTP, which we're really excited about. We released our survey on September 17th and worked with local news stations to have some press releases. And we are also boosting our posts on social media to try to get as much visibility on the survey as possible. We are at about 310 surveys total. We attended the Richland Farmers Market on the 19th, and we had 26 paper surveys filled out as well, which was amazing. But we are going to continue lots of engagement throughout the fall and throughout the winter. So the survey will close at the end of December, but we would love if you all could share the flyer that's attached in the packet with your communities so we can get as much feedback as possible on that survey. I can answer any questions y'all have about the RTP, the survey, or our public engagement process.
Daisy, can you mention the deadlines for submitting projects and land use data associated with the RTP, just as
Yes.
reminders?
As a reminder, let me double check on that date. I believe we had Sorry, I just want to get that absolutely
Sorry.
correct because we had an initial date. But let's see. We initially were looking for our information on September 10th, but I think we pushed that out a little bit to the 26th. Yeah. So we requested all the information by the 26th, and we did send an email out to Craig and Jeff about the transportation projects. I think we were just missing some from Franklin County. So Craig.
So all the agencies got you the transportation projects by the deadline, okay? Except Franklin County, but they'll get it to you. So Jeff's on board here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I should have
Um,
it early next week.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
then you're working with the community development directors to get the land use. That had a November date that's going out. So I would continue to send them reminders.
Okay, we'll stay on top of those reminders. Aaron's working more on that land use piece, so I'll make sure that we touch base with them on that.
Perfect. Thanks, Daisy.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? Question for Daisy? Comments?
I think, this is Maria, I think it would be helpful if, for the outreach part, if you could connect with our communications team that manage our social media and other things, so that way it's a coordinated effort and it's not, counterproductive. It's like, I can pass it on to the communications team, but they'll probably want to know when you're posting so they can boost your post or reshare and other things that are a lot more technical than what I can do for the communications team as far as answers.
Awesome, that's a great idea. I know Lizzie has some points of contact with the jurisdictions, so I'll make sure that we follow up on that. That's a great idea.
Okay, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Daisy. Moving on to agenda item 7C, Clean Air Resource Guide. Lizzie?
It's been a while since I've done a report, so you're gonna hear from me finally. Yeah, so I am here in front of you guys again about our air quality campaign. So we released a guide. It's called the Air Quality of the Tri-Cities Region Resource Guide, which is kind of a mouthful, but it just supports awareness and action to prevent non-attainment. We collaborated with Benton Clean Air Agency, Benton-Franklin Health District, and Ecology to basically curate resources, tools, information, action ideas of just how to navigate air pollution and the best ways that we can kind of tackle any of those challenges that we have. So it's a wonderful, accessible guide that does offer a lot of those just little pieces of information, just one place. Looking ahead, we're looking at just future air quality campaign efforts to really focus on the informing and education and exploring more accessible formats, more youth and community involvement, and also kind of just exploring new tools as well as just engagement tracking. So this is just kind of that PSA that we are on the highly impacted list from Department of Ecology's study of ozone and particulate matter. So we are just wanting to make sure that we can avoid non-attainment for our region and just looking to support those efforts. So if you want to take a look at the guide, it's on our website. And of course, if you have any questions, definitely send them my way.
Great. Any comments or questions for Lizzie?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
I know the city is not delegated to be an enforcement agency on air quality. Do you know who it is in Franklin County? Is it the county or is it not delegated?
Or like who does the monitoring or
Monitoring or enforcement?
it would be Department of Ecology.
Okay.
So Benton Clean Air Agency covers all Benton County, and then Department of Ecology covers like all of that eastern Washington. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, thanks, Lizzie. 7D, Future 2075. Is that yours, Aaron?
Yes, it is. Alrighty, and this is just a reminder for all TAC members, as you have Received an email invite, not from myself, it would be from Michelle, our executive director. So this is just a reminder that the Council of Governments is inviting you to a professionally facilitated, interactive futuring workshop to explore our region's probable, possible, and preferred futures and envision what happens when collaboration becomes our shared identity. Probably with much more pizzazz than I delivered that with. But we're inviting regional leadership, so that is city managers, strong mayors and county administrators, public works directors, so all of you, economic development directors / planning directors, and then one elected official from your jurisdiction. I don't have the RSVP list in front of me. This is just a reminder to all of you to RSVP if you have not. The link and the QR codes are included within the TAC packet. So if you wanted to follow it there, that would be the spot, or you can search your email inbox. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this is a 2-day event. So there is a regional table dinner where collaboration takes a seat. That is on the 6th from 6 to 8. And then the next day is the featuring workshop from 8 to 5. Both events are taking place at Terra Blanca Winery. So it is a nice venue, and we're hoping to have a great event where we can build on something.
Great. Any questions for Aaron? And
This is
like Aaron
beyond,
said, go ahead,
this is
Carlos.
beyond transportation, right? This is everything. I mean, really? Okay.
This is everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. We'll move on to member comments, and I'll start with Benton Council of Government staff first, so you can answer some of the public comment questions right off the bat. So I don't know if you want to take them, Aaron, or.
Yeah, I got it. So I'll say so the Council of Governments, we got a new website a couple months ago. We're still working out the kinks on that. I'll say and speaking specifically to the comments, as this is the technical advisory committee consisting of public works directors, the group does technically not meet the requirements for the Open Public Meetings Act, OPMA. However, at the Council of Governments, we try to abide by best practices and still get the agenda out 1 week before. So if we do not post the agenda 1 week before, we are not violating any requirements. However, we are violating our own best practices. So we did get a new website, and we were trying to work out ways to upload it and upload things to our website and things like that. As far as our board meeting is different. We do abide by Open Public Meetings Act on that, and we do have our agendas uploaded 1 week before to our board meeting page. To the other comment about the TAC meeting email and the TAC meeting placeholder, we have revised when Tanner had become the, I'll say, email sender outer for the placeholder. We have revised the list to be only TAC members and alternates to streamline the list to making sure that we have everybody. So when we need to send out a TAC email or communicate information to the group, we can pull from that list, and making sure that people are informed. If you are a public or member of the public, as you would with any other meeting invite from a different jurisdiction, we ask you to go to our website and use the information on our website to save it to your calendar. Dave, speaking to your comment, I know that I forwarded you the series of meetings, so you can save that from there. The link does not change on a monthly basis. It will be the same Teams meeting, so you can save that and repeat it.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
And lastly, I know for West Richland City Council meetings, we have a second public comment. Do we typically have them at TAC?
We did have a second public comment period, and then it was.
Did it just get left off?
What is?
Yes, it was left off, but no, it was requested to be taken off.
It was requested to be taken off several months ago.
Okay. So I guess the question is, for our guests, do you think it's better to have the public comment after the reports or before? Or have two choices?
This is Brian.
So.
I'll come off mic if I'm allowed to.
Go ahead, Brian.
personally, I think it would be nice to have an opportunity to provide public comment at the beginning and the end. And, you know, without having the agenda, it's difficult. So, you know, having that agenda available on the website is critical. It's not there today, and it's not there regularly. So I'll just leave you alone about it.
Thanks, Brian. Okay. Let's just put it back. We'll do public comment. We can do it after, did we do it after 7? After reports?
Yes, I'll go back and double check, but.
Yeah, I don't remember when we did it, and honestly don't remember removing it, but it's not that big a deal. And like I said, I'm pretty used to it doing it at West Richland, that there's something that sometimes something's discussed during the reports or discussion or one of the action items that would give them an opportunity to provide comment. So we'll start adding that back in. Thanks, Dave, for that recommendation. All right, so I'll move into, Aaron, did you have any other comments from the council government before I move to member comments?
Just as far as the dates for that land use spreadsheet, if you were wanting to work with your economic development director / planning director, it's the 21st of November. We're requesting that back by, and we'll be talking about that again with this group at next month's meeting. And then just giving everybody a heads up, we'll be talking about regional metrics for the regional transportation plan next month.
Great. Thanks, Aaron. All right, so we'll go through members now, and hopefully I don't miss anybody. If I do, Tanner will let me know, because I don't have his little cheat sheet that he usually hands me when I'm there. So we'll start with Marty.
Yeah, just getting ready to start our TBD project. We have a pre-construction meeting next week, so they will begin work the 13th, and that also includes a ADA ramp improvement project. So that's about it.
Thanks, Marty. Who from Benton County is?
I will. It's Matt.
Go ahead, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, we're getting some progress done on all of our safety projects. Looks like one of them is getting ready to go out for bid here go up for obligation here pretty quick. And then we're back on track now with the pathway project. You know, unfortunately, the gentleman who was working on it left to go to another agency, and we couldn't get that one finished up. So we've got the team back on that, and hopefully get that obligated here and get it ready to go early 2026 for construction. So.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Jeff, Franklin County.
Nothing today. Thanks.
Okay. Carlo, City of Richland.
Yeah, so the downtown connectivity project, also known as Downtown Loop, we have a public meeting on November 13th at 6 p.m. at the Richland Public Library to talk about the design. We're getting pretty close. We'll be pretty close to 90% complete with the design at that time, and we're still shooting for a January bid advertisement for that project. The South George Washington Way, Columbia Point intersection project is currently under construction. We're shooting to have that all done before mid-November. The biggest delay part of that has been the traffic signal components that have long lead times. So that's why we started in September instead of earlier. Other than that, we've just working on wrapping up a bunch of projects over the next month or so. So that's it.
Thanks, Carlo. Heath, City of Kennewick.
Thanks, Roscoe. Let's see. We just got done with the Quinault CCB intersection project, so just in time for the holiday season. So be pulling all those traffic barrels off there. Our overlay contracts, we're slowly winding down on those, waiting for the asphalt to fully cure. Then we'll be putting the striping down on those streets. So then those should be done for sliding into fall as well. For our CCB widening, we're currently under contract with JUB. They're about ready to submit a 60% plan set. I think they're anticipating like 150 pages on that thing, so that'll be fun to review. And then we've got our RFP out for right-of-way consultants, so we should be getting some proposals in next week. Then we'll start going to town on right-of-way. I think that's about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Heath. Bill, WashDOT.
I don't think I have anything for this group. Last time around, I gave an update. Well, I think I sent an email after the meeting ended about 2:40. So that should be wrapped up, except for it sounds like they'll have some signal work waiting for materials to arrive.
Perfect.
Other than that, I don't have anything unless folks have questions.
Thanks, Phil. And then for West Richland, we finished up our Keene Road, Kennedy Road intersection where we fog sealed and restriped Kennedy to separate the left turn and through on Kennedy. And thank you, City of Richland, Carlo, for letting John Deskins come up with helping with the programming for the signal there. It seems to be operating great. Everybody can get to Costco very smoothly, and people seem to be merging with the bikes like they're supposed to at that intersection. So hopefully that continues. And then with the operator strike coming to conclusion, Paulo's back out working on our SR224 Red Mountain project. And we're hoping they can make up the month time they lost and they're working on the roundabout at Rupert and SR224. And Belmont comes in that intersection too, that roundabout. So we're still hopeful they can have that open and paved for November so that doesn't stay closed over winter. So they're moving along, making good progress with that. So did I miss anybody?
Pascal.
Oh, because Maria's not online. Okay, go ahead, Maria, sorry.
It's really okay. Actually, I wasn't going to give a lot of updates. There's not a lot of new things from last month, but I should clarify there's been a lot of miscommunication regarding our Broadmoor projects. Those projects are on schedule. They were not impacted by the strike. And for whatever reason, there was a lot of messaging regarding like the paving getting done before September, and that actually happened. We did have some sections that failed their testing, so we're gonna have to replace those segments, and that work is happening this week at night. But they're still on time. So if you hear anybody saying, "Oh, those got delayed," please set the record straight. I've been trying to set the record straight, and it just doesn't seem to come across. Other than that, we have the same project that I mentioned last time, the crossing at 6 and A that is now in construction. We are doing the acquisition and letting the contractor do all the work at once so that they'll be out there at once before the end of the year. And just working on a lot of designs for next year. So next year is going to be fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. All right, now do I have everybody? Thank you. Perfect. And we look at this. I think we're going to be done before 11:45, Maria, so you won't have to take over the meeting yet. So
Okay.
Next TAC meeting is November 6th at 11. Other than that, we'll be adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.